Put a 1 in the chat if you agree. The wokeification of Hollywood is ruining movies. Christopher Nolan has cast Elliot Page as Achilles in the Odyssey. I mean, what's next? Timothy Chalamet as the Black Panther? I mean, like, come on, dude. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? I wasn't even gonna hop on this until I started seeing all the stuff, and I was like, yeah, I gotta cover this. Elliot Page replaces Brad Pitt as Achilles in Troy. He's a monster of a human here. Here we go. What do we got? Roll the credits. Just roll the credits. It's over. It's over. It's over, dude. In my opinion, this is such a bad call. Such a bad call. And I know people said the same thing about Snow White and Rachel Zegler. Like, she's a Latina, and in the books, it's like she had porcelain skin and dark hair and, you know, jet black hair and whatever. Even if they are fictitious, like, keep the storyline the same, because the fans have bought into that storyline. Even if it is a fictitious storyline, it's like making a new Winnie the Pooh movie and making him a rabbit. What are we doing here? Why would we do this? Or taking Clifford the Big Red Dog and making him a small green cat. Like, what is this? Is that what's next? Like, you're taking these stories and making them completely different. Keep the lore the same.
As I said, if they cast Elliot Page as Achilles, I don't really know what else to say other than it's going to be a really bad call. I'll tell you that. Christopher Nolan explains why he cast Travis Scott in the Odyssey. I cast him because I wanted a nod towards the idea that this story has been handed down as oral poetry, which is analogous as rap. What? Okay, that's kind of stupid. Maybe he should have cast Travis Scott as Hades. That way he could send people to the underworld like he did with Astroworld. Christopher Nolan instructed Ludwig to not use an orchestra for the score. It's not like an orchestra existed back then. Lupita Nyong'o will play both Helen of Troy and her sister. Wait, what? What? Is the most beautiful woman in the world. So he did confirm it. Okay, there it is. Christopher Nolan on defending historical accuracy of the armor. I mean, yeah, I think that a giant race of, you know, like
knights. What is this?
Literal giants in full armor looks stupid. Elliot Page as Achilles. I think this is such a huge mistake for him to do that. You might say casting a 5'1", 105 girl pretending to be a boy as one of the mightiest warriors in Greek lore is going to be this film's Achilles heel. Wait.
Oh my God.
Achilles is 5'1". Dude, this has
a frail woman. Not even like a buff chick, you know what I mean? If it was a buff chick, I'd be like, you know what, maybe this actually works. Maybe this actually works. It's some muscle mommy, you know? Not even close to that, though. It's a frail, tiny woman. And some of the stuff that's on Twitter, dude, is so good. Like, here, listen right here. Achilles, this bottle of testosterone could all be yours.
If you promise to leave Troy forever, take it and defy biology.
Take it and defy biology. What is this? Oh. Yeah, that's good. This is gonna go over well. This is exactly what would happen in real life. Like, come on, bro. Like, Elliot Page is over here fighting open a jar of pickles.
Come on. Grr! Ah! Take that. Ark, why won't you open? I give up.
5'1" woman who's 105 pounds. Here's another one right here. This one had me rolling.
She, her!
You misgendered me. Oh my God. Oh. This chick talks about it a little bit and it kind of breaks it a little more down.
So Lupita Nyong'o has reportedly been cast as Helen of Troy in Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey, which is completely absurd. And of course, the left is immediately screaming racism at anybody who has a problem with this. So let me just say for the record, I don't care. This is a ridiculous casting choice. Not because Lupita Nyong'o is not beautiful or talented, she is, but yes, because she's black. And she's been cast to play a Greek character who has been described in classical poetry as having fair skin and flowing locks. In the original Odyssey, Helen of Troy is Mediterranean. So if you're turning this epic into a movie, you need to cast someone who looks Mediterranean. This, not Mediterranean, and that's okay. But it would be like casting a little white Irish boy to play Black Panther, which of course Hollywood...
Yeah, Timothy Chalamet is the next Black Panther. You notice they never race swap it the other way. They never like whitewash it from a black character to a white character. Now, we have seen... I will say this. We have seen... I'll let her get back into it, but we have seen this. We have seen this. What is it? You know what else is important, chat? Is that your pants are supported by a stylish belt. One with a customized appearance that enhance your unique outfit. Luckily, the sponsor of today's video, Anson Belt and Buckle, does exactly that. And they do this with a new technology that completely revolutionizes the way a belt is worn. Most belts use the stretched out hole method, and they never really fit perfectly. It's either too tight or too loose. Anson belts are built different. They use a micro-adjustable track system. It works on 1/4-inch sizing, which ensures the perfect fit. You can feel it as it clicks into place every single time. And when I say perfect fit, I mean perfect fit. They're super comfortable. I've been using mine for months now, and I'll never go back to old belts. What's also amazing is that their belts and buckles are interchangeable, so you can mix and match them to customize your outfits. These guys have been family owned since 2009, and they have over 40,000 5-star reviews. And the best part is that every belt comes with a lifetime functionality guarantee. And because Anson Belt and Buckle is sponsoring this video, when you click the link in the description or scan that QR code and build your box set, they'll throw in 2 bonus pieces, an extra buckle and a strap for free. That's 9 belt combinations in just 1 box. It's available exclusively through this link. So click the link, build your set, and upgrade your belt game today. The Last Samurai with like Tom Cruise, right? The Last Samurai with Tom Cruise, and then we had, what was it? It was like the Mexican with Brad Pitt. It's like, okay, what are we doing here? We had the Mexican with Brad Pitt. We had The Last Samurai with Tom Cruise. So I kind of get the whitewashing. Those, in my opinion, both those movies weren't that good.
Would never do, because only stories originating in a predominantly white culture are ever considered lacking and in need of a racial makeover. And don't even get me started about Ellen Elliott whatever Page being cast as Achilles. You're telling me you want to portray one of the most iconic male warriors in all of classic literature, and you went with a little transvestite woman? That's not a casting choice, that's a message. And yeah, I have a problem with diversity for diversity's sake being crammed down our throats regardless of whether or not it makes sense. Because this is a...
And dude, in my opinion, Christopher Nolan's one of the great directors of our generation. I love Christopher Nolan. Like, when he came out, like, chat, put a 1 in the chat if you agree. When he came out with the Dark Knight stuff, ate it up. Ate it up like it was ramen when I was a kiddo. I ate it up like There Will Be Blood, and I drink your milkshake. I ate that up. I loved it. The Dark Knight was one of the best Batman movies to ever come out, in my opinion. That one, and I think it was Batman Forever with Jim Carrey and Tommy Lee Jones and George Clooney. Loved that one. Loved it. With Danny DeVito as the Penguin. God, Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze. Loved those. So good. God, it was great. But then, I think this is going to be probably his biggest flop and one of the probably larger budgets that he has, but it's going to be a massive flop.
About so much more than just who plays some part in some movie that we can all choose whether or not to go see. It's about an ideology that says we must promote diversity at all costs and at the expense of everything else. That ideology has been shoved into our schools, into our corporate structure, into our government, our hiring practices, our justice system. We free criminals based on their skin color. We hire people based on their sexual orientation. It's no longer about merit or whether or not you fit the bill. It's all about your ethnicity or whether you're gay enough. And I'm so sick of the left shoving this agenda down our gullets come hell or high water and then feigning shock and confusion when we have something to say about it. It's stupid, and I'm gonna call it stupid.
I love it. I love this chick. I don't even know who she is. Shove it down our gullets. I love it when people use the word gullet. I use the word gullet all the time. I love it. The wokeification of Hollywood. It's really gotten bad. I mean, this isn't the first movie, and this probably won't be the last.
Liberalism as an ideology has its ups and downs, and perhaps one of its greatest downsides is this idea of progress at all costs, simply for the sake of progress, without stopping to ask whether or not the changes
This dude looks like a French painter
being made are beneficial in any way. Creating art itself, for the most part, is a pretty liberal practice as it requires creativity. Liberalism typically offers this creativity, but it needs to still play within some sort of constraints, right? If you decide to just throw paint all over your canvas just because you can, your painting is going to be ugly. When we first heard of Nolan's The Odyssey and we saw that Matt Damon was cast to play Odysseus and this was what he was wearing, this was a non-argument for me. I was like, this is not a problem. Hollywood does these things. They're going to try and make it feel historical, whether or not it's actually accurate, right? They want to try and be authentic to whatever.
And I'm cool with that. I don't think you have to be, like with his headdress and stuff like that, cool, dude, whatever. You want to put a freaking flower in his hair, great. But when you're taking a traditionally strong male character and making them a frail, small woman, that's a problem.
People in the audience are going to think...
Because, dude, in my opinion, in chat, put a one in the chat if you agree. I know they're looking for the next James Bond, right? I think Idris Elba would play a really good James Bond. Love him as a character. Think he's great. I think Tom Hardy would play a great James Bond. It's not so much the skin color, it's the aura and the attitude and the presence that these men have. But I think Idris Elba would be an insanely good James Bond. I don't know why he doesn't want to take the role, but apparently he doesn't want to take the role.
Authentic to ancient Greece, and this is what that looks like. And then we got this, and I was like, okay, they're pushing the boundaries a little bit. This looks pretty fucking stupid. But I could see how it's cool. I could see how it's like, you know, conveys an idea. You kind of get who this guy is, right, in a way. Then I saw the rest of the cast, and I was like, okay, we're not exactly going for historical accuracy here, it seems, but, you know, of course, this is because people think that mythology is fantasy and you can do whatever you want, right? And then we got this guy, and I was like, okay, guys, you just ruined every argument that I had for why the costuming wasn't bad in the first place, because a lot of people are going to...
It's like giant knights. Like, what are we doing with, like, giants in knight armor? What is that?
Argue that like Bronze Age Mycenaean armor is too bulky and it'll look silly on screen. But the one thing that's really cool about it is that it's bright and colorful and there's lots of gold and jewels and colors in it and stuff. And then they stripped away all of the fucking cool things about Bronze Age armor, and they just gave them just the bulky, shitty looking part. And you have this monstrous chimera of armor. Makes no fucking sense to me whatsoever, but I'll still go and watch the movie. And then I found out that Elliot Page is being cast to play Achilles. And I was asking myself, why would Nolan think that this is a good idea at all? How in the world does this person portray Achilles? Because that's what an actor is supposed to do. The actor is supposed to portray the character. And then I heard that Christopher Nolan was using only Emily Wilson's translation as the source for his film. I don't know who Elliot Page is. I've never seen anything that they've been in. But of all...
The last thing I think I saw her in was Juno. And it was a good film when I was a kid. I don't know how it is now, though.
Christopher Nolan just confirmed that Lupita Nyong'o here, this actress here, she is going to be your Helen of Troy in the big 2026. Now, if you guys don't remember, this was Helen of Troy in 2004's Troy movie. Now, the reason why a lot of people have a problem with Lupita here playing Helen of Troy is because historically, this is what Helen of Troy looks like when Helen of Troy is described in all of literature up till 2026, apparently. In fact, I'm pretty sure that Christopher Nolan was kicking and screaming when he was forced to cast Lupita here as your new Helen of Troy. But the reason why Christopher Nolan had to do this is because of DEI and woke culture. You see, woke Hollywood has forced these directors, these creators, into allocating major roles for...
Wait. AI, lead or significant supporting actors from underrepresented racial or ethnic groups. This may include African American, East Asian, Hispanic, Indigenous people, Middle... Really? They're forcing them to do this now? This is insane. This is why I think Hollywood will crumble. And I think they already are. And I think streamer culture, content creator culture is going to be on a huge rise. And people are going to watch like independent stuff versus Hollywood stuff, is because they're doing this stuff and they're trying to shove it down people's throats that don't want to eat it.
For DEI purposes, if you want to be nominated for an Oscar, here it is right here. This is on the Academy Awards website. You have to allocate a lead or significant supporting role to an underrepresented racial or ethnic group. And that's why they turned Helen of Troy from this into this. And also, Christopher Nolan just confirmed.
What is the South Park thing? Put a girl in it and make it gay. Ain't that right, Lokes? Good Lord, this is insane.
Everyone's a historical accuracy fuckface right now. My Twitter is pissing me off, bro. I love the trailer, man. I really do. It got me hype. No, did not get me as hype as the Dune 3 trailer. I will get that out of the way early.
Bro, I'm looking forward to Dune 3. Chat, y'all gonna watch that one?
But like I've been saying, it's the Odyssey, man. It's Christopher Nolan adapting the second or third biggest piece of literature ever. I think Hoyte van Hoytema is just going dummy with something about complaining about the accents is just
accents doesn't matter to me. It's even if it is a fictitious story, just like Snow White and these other things, there's still some historical validity that I think needs to hold true to the story. And chat, put a 1 in the chat if you agree. Because I believe if you get too far away from that story, you just push away fans. And the people that are really into these things are going to be ones that want a little bit of accuracy to what the story is. But here's Christopher Nolan talking about it.
I feel a real responsibility to try and get as much on screen for the audience as possible.
Action! Christopher Nolan is one of the great directors of our time. Oppenheimer, Dunkirk, Interstellar, and next, The Odyssey.
I mean, it was the hardest movie I've ever done, by far. I mean, not even close.
I feel a real responsibility.
Good Lord. He feels a real responsibility. He's trying to win an Oscar. He's trying to win something. Somebody said, Troy 2004, The Odyssey 2026. I just don't get why you want to do a story like this. Like why, but I get it. You know, if he's in the confines of Hollywood, then it's just going to have to be what it is.
King Xerxes offers his respect, Mom. All he asks is that Sparta kneels a simple bow and your people will be spared.
Don't call me ma'am.
My apologies, miss. Xerxes is generous. He only wants your loyalty. Surely even a delicate thing like yourself can understand that.
Oh my God.
I said don't fucking misgender me!
Ma'am, calm down. No need to get emotional.
Oh my God.
It is sir!
He couldn't even kick him off. Oh my God. It's too good, bro. It's too good. What is this AI video? Breaking news. First trailer. What is it?
The enemy is too strong. Send for Achilles. Achilles! The Emperor needs you now!
Oh my God. Oh my God. They did not. So here's some of the historically accurate characters. Helen, Athena, Clem, I can't even say that name. I'm just like, bro, what? We're all over the place with this stuff. All over the place with this stuff. But Hollywood's just ruining itself. It really is just imploding at this point because nobody's, at least for me, the only way I'm going to watch this movie is if it's on, you know, Amazon Prime or Paramount Plus later on. There's no way I'm going to the movies to watch this. I had a little bit of an inkling where I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll go see this movie. Maybe I'll go see it. But now definitely not. The only movie I'm looking forward to is Dune 3. Chat, is there a movie you guys are looking forward to? Like, let me know in the comments. Let me know in the chat. This is wild to me, bro. How they think this is like, okay. How they think this is, yeah, this is cool, man. Why not? I think these movies are just gonna go woke and go broke. It's the only explanation I have for it.
Look, I don't give a damn if you are Christopher Nolan or Christopher Columbus. This right here is a no.
Yeah.
We're not doing that again. We voted that out of office. Okay? This nonsense here, Chris.
It's so stupid.
Look, I have loved just about your entire body of work.
Yeah, me too.
The Prestige, Inception.
Prestige was okay.
Batman.
Yeah, I loved all the Batmans. So
exceptional
good.
Work.
Yeah.
This right here.
Trash.
The Odyssey? Whatever this is?
Crap.
No.
Dog
no.
water.
No. No.
Hogwash.
Nay.
I don't know. I feel like a lot of people feel the same way. Like, a lot of people are feeling the exact same way. Somebody said Elliot Page trying to fit in Brad Pitt's armor.
Shit.
Okay, Brad's armor isn't gonna work. Who thought this was a good idea?
God, yeah, wasn't Brad Pitt like 200 and something pounds for this movie? Like he got pretty buff for the film. And now it's like she's a 5'1", 105-pound woman, and that's what we're supposed to believe is Achilles. It's a sad day. It's a sad day. I'm just so sick of it. I'm ready for movies to just be like they were. Like, I'm ready for movies in chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree. I'm ready for movies to just be really offensive again. I'm ready for that. That's why I'm ready for the new Scary Movie to come out, because I want to laugh and be offended. Call me a weirdo, but I'm sick of everybody pandering to everybody's feelings. I get so tired of it. I talked about this in a previous episode, but like, go back and watch like Blazing Saddles. It is some of the most offensive material you'll see. So offensive. So many name calling, a lot of racism between every race. But then there's guys like old comedians like Don Rickles. Hilarious. If you've never seen him, he clowns every sort of kind of race. Every sort of kind of race. And I will say, it seems like we're kind of getting back to this point. I watched the roast of Kevin Hart, and it was a lot of it was very offensive, and it was funny because I believe it's funnier if there's some validity to it. If there's a shred of truth in it, it's almost funnier to me, in my opinion. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree. If there's a little bit of, like, making fun of my forehead is funny because I have a big forehead. You know what I mean? Like, that's funny to me. So, a lot of the stuff they were clowning Kevin Hart for was real, and it was funny. And they were saying words like retarded. And I was like, oh, we're saying that now. I didn't know we were saying that word. Like, I thought that was banned. I thought Hollywood was not, they were all against that, but we're saying it now. I was like, okay, I'm cool with that. And I think we're finally inkling back to an area like that, at least socially amongst the people. Maybe not in woke Hollywood. You got the Odyssey and these movies that are still woke garbage. But I think we need to get back to a point where we're letting the people dictate on what they want to see instead of them telling us what we want to see. Like, the gaslighting from the Hollywood elites in these big studios is astounding to me. They're telling, oh, you want to see Elliot Page's Achilles. You want to see Elliot Page's. I know he's supposed to be a 6'2", 225-pound soldier, like one of the most prolific soldiers in history, or I guess mythology, history, whatever. And it's going to be a 5'1", 105-pound transgender woman or transgender man. What? How is this even a thing? How is that even a thing? Like, what are we talking about, dude? Such a waste. Such an absolute waste that we're doing this. Like, why? Why? Oh my God. Somebody said Elliot Page in the new John Wick. John Weak, everybody. A tragic and painful ride. Elliot Page is so weak it hurts to watch. And I'm sure Elliot Page is getting a bag, for this. She's probably getting a fat bag. It just doesn't make sense. It's like a pregnant woman on welfare. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. And I just don't get it. I don't get it. Like, why they're trying to do that so hard. It's annoying. Because the Odyssey would be a great movie, but they woked so hard that it's going to be unwatchable, in my opinion. There's going to be so many things that you're looking for in the lore that you just won't find. The stories like Troy, historically pretty accurate. Maybe the garb wasn't, the stuff they're wearing maybe wasn't the exact right way to do it, or maybe the accents kind of weren't there. But overall, it was pretty dadgum close. Now, people don't even care about getting dadgum close. You know, they're like, whatever, just make it however you want to make it, and it is what it is. And I'm like, dude, why are we doing this? It's just annoying. Because I'm ready to watch a movie that's, even if it is mythology, I'm ready to watch a movie that's kind of historically accurate. At least somewhat. We can't even get that. We can't even get close to that. All right, here we go. Let's get into some other weird wokeness. All right, we got Kamala Harris admitting something. What does she got?
Say, look, this is a moment where there are no bad ideas. No bad idea brainstorm.
No bad ideas. Coming from you, that's rich.
Brainstorm is what I'd like to call it. And in that no bad ideas brainstorm, we talk about what we need to do and think about doing around the Electoral College.
Why does she always sound drunk?
We talk about the idea of Supreme Court reform, which includes expanding the Supreme Court. We invite a conversation about multi-members districts. We talk about, that if we win the Senate, which we should and we will, then the Senate Judiciary Committee should have rules that they put in place so when these people come before as nominees to the Supreme Court and lie, that they are held to account and consequences.
She sounds like a crappy pastor at a really small church.
Shots fired!
Like the finger pointing and the lie and the it's like First Church of the Nazarene, Pastor Harris.
Not just that somebody goes on cable news and says they lied, but that there are
they lie, they're ignorant, they lie.
Rules in place to actually penalize people for lying to a Senate Judiciary Committee.
A lot of penals you know about here, huh, Kamala?
That we agree that it is right to have ethics rules for Supreme Court justices. And let's put those in place. Let's talk about statehood for Puerto Rico and D.C. These are the things I think that we've got to do. We've got to neutralize these red states from cheating.
Okay, all right. Rigged elections, you got to be dumber than a bag of dildos.
Stupid.
This is insane to me. Just shut up. We've got to you just want to neutralize Republicans. That's what it is. That's what it is. You know, that's what it is. The left is so much more violent than they like to play. They like to think they're all innocent and stuff, but they are so violent, and they don't even admit it. They won't say I'm violent, but then they'll incite violence. So stupid, dude. All right, female pilot got triggered. What do we got?
Why don't you agree? You're a pilot? Okay, well, you're not as good as the guy sitting next to you. There's a reason they never put two women in the cockpit. You understand? Because if that happened, if you showed up to work and there was a woman and sitting there, you go, fuck, shit, gotta work today. Look, I'm fucking around. I'm happy you're a pilot for a living?
No, I'm a pilot for my children and my...
You're a pilot for your children? The fuck? What are you talking about? You talking about Paw Patrol here? Oh, it's Sky! All right, you have to have young kids to know what the fuck I'm talking about, but you got your license and you fly privately your own plane. Is that what you mean?
No, you didn't hear me. I'm a pilot for my family.
You're a pilot for your family.
I control my family.
Oh, yeah, well, I could tell that from this conversation.
I control
I don't know if they like it or not. No, I you're the head of the family. The husband's behind going. Do you work? Both of you work? Yep. What do you do, man?
Aerospace machinist. He's an aerospace machinist.
Fuck yeah. I'm an aerospace machinist for my family. You didn't like that one? You liked it. Oh, she has she's a nurse. Saves lives. When do nurses do that? They mostly just fucking let people die. It's Nurses Week? In where? Here? So what does that mean?
It means we're supposed to celebrate nurses.
Okay, well, I don't have to. Yeah, there's also Pride Month and Black History Month. Doesn't change my fucking schedule.
Okay, overall not bad. I hadn't seen that clip. I just had saved it. Become the man every woman wants. What do we have?
Women are attracted to men that don't need them. Like, don't really care if a guy's interested or not. And it's not in a mean way. It's not like he's treating her like shit, so now she likes him.
Bro, she looks like one of the Titans on Attack on Titan. Why are your mouth so big?
I'm not talking about that kind of guy. I'm talking about when, like,
She's got that mouth size that can fit balls and all.
a guy is in a room, sees a hot girl, but, like, could care less if he talks to her or not. And that's the hottest man in the room to every girl. And the reason why is because you can tell he's very secure in his own energy. Like, he doesn't need someone to feel good in that moment. Like, he doesn't need attention from a girl. He's kind of just like,
It's like this woman just discovered self-confidence, you know? Good lord, dumber than a bag of dildos. Loki, free? Sit. Shake. Shake. Free. Go to your place. Good boy. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It's good to have you guys out, man. Until next time. Peace. For the ones that stuck around and the real ones, I want to see Orange Odyssey for today's episode. Orange Odyssey. I don't know about you guys. One of my favorite movies growing up was Fight Club with Brad Pitt. And I was obsessed with all the movies he had ever done. So I remember in college, I went and downloaded, like illegally, of course. Hopefully the movie studios don't come after me. But I downloaded a lot of the movies he had been in. And one of them was, I think it was called Cool World. With Brad Pitt, maybe it was. Absolutely terrible movie. Horrible movie. One of the worst. Brad Pitt already, he's not the best actor. He's a better, like, supporting actor. I mean, just to give you an insight here. 4.9 on IMDb, 4% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is garbage. And he has to act amongst a bunch of just CGI characters. And he just does not do a good job. And so after that, I was like, maybe I shouldn't see every movie he's in. I only watch the greats now. You know? Fight Club. It's another really good one he's in. Troy. Another really good one. But needless to say, I won't be going to see the Odyssey. I think it's going to be garbage. It's just going to be woke garbage. Seeing Achilles run out. Ah! 5'1", 110 pounds. Going against giants and behemoths. It's going to be ridiculous. I'll see you guys tomorrow, man. Peace.